Minnesota Timberwolves are my favorite team. I became a fan in 1995 when Kevin Garnett came to the team. A floater. Kevin Garnett over 6 feet tall, Allen Iverson under 6 feet tall. Whichever Timberwolves player makes me the least stressed out on any given night. I would say 1991 to 1998, but I also adore this era very much. I got to go to game 1 of the Timberwolves Western Conference Finals last year, and they lost, but it was still really beautiful to be there. The most frustrating thing about being a Timberwolves fan is the fact that the team does not seem to have any real direction. After a monumentally historic great season last year, they blew the team up, and now they are just mired in mediocrity and seem like they will be for many years to come. The Mavericks are trying to intentionally tank the franchise because someone is in some trouble with a mob or some kind of situation. Like, it feels like there's a lack of logic around the entirety of the Dallas Mavericks. It feels like someone's in deep with the mob. Terrell Brandon, who played point guard for the Cavs when I was young, and the Timberwolves. And he just seemed like a nice dude. He's from Portland. He has a barbershop, seems really soft-spoken. He loves soul music. I feel like he'd be my guy. Earl Boykins, who was a very tiny point guard who could hit open shots but was very good at distributing the ball. The Minnesota Timberwolves are required to win every game. Hopefully not. I think ball can be life for some. For me, it is a fraction of my life that peels away more and more with each passing year. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be a great poet. He's has a sense for flair and fashion. He seems very emotional, very even-keeled, but has some emotion. There's some emotional depth there. Celtics Thunder. Thunder wins in 6. Chris Paul probably utilizes a floater, but I think better than anyone. Oh, The Last Shot by Darcy Fry. I mean, the first basketball book I loved was Mitch Albom's book on the Fab Five, which has not aged well now that we know more about the Fab Five and what's going on in that world of the Fab Five. But The Last Shot is such a beautiful portrait and heartbreaking portrait of high school basketball and expectations and, the American machine of prep sports. Might have been last year's Timberwolves. But if I were to take the Timberwolves out, let's take the Timberwolves out of the equation, because last year's Timberwolves was like a dream thing for me. I loved those Lob City Clipper teams because here's the thing. I love a team that is really good and really fun, but also not equipped to win a championship. Because sometimes you aren't good enough to win, but you still get to have fun with the fellas. And I loved the Lob City Clippers. They were so fun, and they were good. They weren't bad, but you could look at that team and say, they're never gonna win a championship. They're just gonna dunk a lot. And that's kind of cool to me. My favorite basketball movie character, the Wolf version of Teen Wolf, is one. My second favorite is Tommy Shepard from Above the Rim. And my third favorite is the non-Wolf version of Teen Wolf from Teen Wolf.